Yatkrupātamaham vande Shri Guru Dinatarinam Paramanandamadavam Shri Chaitanyameshwaram. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Haribo.
Hare Krishna. I'm so thankful to Ramay Pran Prabhu on this very auspicious day. He has given me this service. On this very auspicious day, Ramay Pran Prabhu requested me to share some thoughts on Vyasa Puja. It's my fortune. His Holiness Vaisesika Maharaj on his Tithi appearance day, speaking something about Maharaj is always auspicious. Speaking about pure devotees is always auspicious. So I somehow thought we'll discuss more stories today and then we'll add some philosophy because there are kids. I don't want them to get spaced out. The Vyasa Puja appearance day and disappearance day is a day where we have to go in deep introspection to see where we are standing in our spiritual life. For a Vaishnav, appearance day and disappearance day both are same. Why? When they come to this material world, they come to deliver all the conditioned living entities. It's a celebration. For a person who is loitering on the streets, when Guru goes or when a person reminds him about his identity, about his position, that's a big celebration. And when he disappears from this planet, that means he has gone back to the spiritual world to participate in the eternal Leela with Radha and Krishna. So both appearance and disappearance are celebrations when it comes to a pure devotee, Vaishnava. So two things, or I would say there are three segments. In the 4th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna explains. What is the 4.1? Anyone? Imam vivasvade yogam proktavanaham avyayam vivasvan manave praha manur ikshvakave bhravi. Very first verse. Bhagavan says, Imam vivasvate yogam proktavan aham avyayam. This knowledge, this legacy, so we all aspire to get some legacy from our parents, inheritance. But that inheritance, how long it will last? One of my friend, I still remember this when I was a kid. He was so puffed up because he had a land in the center of the city. And if he sells that property, he can make like millions of dollars. One day government said, we want to take this land and gave some peanuts. So whatever inheritance we have, that inheritance, time has the power to destroy it. Or someone will steal it. I experienced it. We had a small mango farm. And the guy who was working in the farm, one day he locked the farm. And so no one can enter this farm. He said, this is my farm. Because my parents are old, so he thought the son is there somewhere in America. Who will come and take care of this? He locked the farm. And we had to pay 20,000 rupees to say, Baba, please give the keys. Don't come here. So people can either steal the property or the time can destroy the property what we have. But for that legacy, we hanker so much, right? We fight, we struggle. But Krishna has given that legacy where time cannot even touch. Time has no power to touch that legacy, what Krishna has given. And also not just the legacy, but he has given a system where that legacy can be handed over to descendants, generation after generation. Just imagine you parents have some property and someone takes care of the property and gives to your generations. That is unimaginable. But Krishna has created this system. Imam vivashvate yogam proktavan aham avyayam. So Krishna spoke to Vivashvan, Vivashvan spoke to Manu, Manu spoke to Ikshvaku. Look at the system what Krishna has created. This is the extreme degree of Krishna's compassion. The very second verse, Evam parampara praptam imam rajarshayo viduhu sakale nehamahato yogo nasta parantapa. That knowledge, whatever I gave in the disciplic succession, got destroyed. See, time has something very unique. At a material level, time can make the most attractive to inattractive. When kids, when I'm seeing these kids right from 2018 and maybe 2011 onwards, they were very obedient. Now, yo bro, what's up bro? And look at the hairstyles. Then I never saw this kind of hairstyles before. So that knowledge, whatever, time has this power of making the most attractive object to inattractive. You cannot even you don't want to see that. The celebrities, they spend so much of time, cosmetics and everything. But what is the end result? After some time, gone. The beauty is gone. At a psychological level, whatever we all have promised, that becomes a burden to us. The marriages nowadays, they all promise that I'll be with you for life after life. 1 year after, gone. So whatever you promised, that becomes a burden. So today, as I said, today is the day where we should introspect. We all have taken some promises during our initiation. How well we are executing those instructions. Where are we lacking? That is something we have to think about. And at a spiritual level, the most important knowledge which is essential for a person to succeed in the life, that becomes inaccessible. That is what Krishna is saying here. That knowledge what I gave in the parampara system, that got lost. But Krishna does not stop there. Either Krishna comes personally or he sends his representative to give this knowledge. And what is the third verse? Now, how do we access that which is inaccessible? That is lost. How do we access? Sayevayam mayatyedhe yogo nastaparan. No, what is it? Sayevayam mayatyedhe yoga proktaha puratana bhakto shime sakacheti rahasyam hietaduttamam. That knowledge which has become inaccessible today can become accessible when you practice bhakti. When you practice bhakti, that inaccessible knowledge will become accessible. Now, who can give this bhakti to us? Krishna says one more verse. What is it? 18th chapter, where Krishna says, I am sitting in the heart of every living entity. Very famous verse.
15.
No. Yantra Rudani Maya. Can anyone remind me the first line? Anyways. Maybe you can search that. Yantra Rudani Maya, the last line. Brahmayan Sarva Bhutani Yantra Rudani Maya. What is the first two lines? I'm not. So Krishna says, I am there in the heart of every living entity. Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam Hriddeshe Arjuna Tishtati Brahmayan Sarva Bhutani Yantra Rudani Maya. We are loitering in this material world. We have a vehicle, yantra. What is that vehicle? This body. Using this body, we are traveling, loitering everywhere. But that Krishna does not leave us. Ishvara Sarva Bhutani. For all the living entities, I am there right in their heart as Paramatma. And He is allowing the living entities' desires to get fulfilled. So He is the most merciful person. People say, show me God, then I'll start believing. Krishna, if without the sanction of Krishna, can we do anything in this material world? So that compassion, when it comes outside, becomes Guru. So that's why Guru is the mercy incarnation of the Lord. So that Lord, who has extreme degree of compassion, who is coming with us life after life, He manifests as a Guru, spiritual master. Now I'll say one story just to keep the kids engaged. Why does Krishna, in the heart of every living entities, show this extreme degree of compassion? Puranas explain one wonderful verse. There's a story between a disciple and a guru. One disciple asked this guru asked this question to a disciple, where did this, no, I think I'm mixing up the story. But anyways, why does Lakshmi not leave Vishnu's, the heart of Vishnu, chest of Vishnu, ever? She's very adamant. So when the ocean was churned, then came Lakshmi ji. So Lakshmi ji went and put the garland on Vishnu. So why is Lakshmi ji says that I don't want to leave this spot. I just want to be here. So one day Krishna went and said, Vishnu said, look, I'm taking the Mohini avatar. If anyone sees this, what is that? Lakshmi? What is the name of that Lakshmi? The place where she resides. Vakshasthala, but there is a name. Huh? Shri Kaustuba. So basically, it's like a golden leaf. The golden leaf, right? If any demon sees that mark, they'll get to know I'm Vishnu. So Vishnu begs Lakshmi that please, at least for this Leela, this pastime, just leave me for some time. So nope, nothing doing. I want to be here only. I don't want to leave this place. Now one may think, why is Lakshmi ji so adamant? A devotee should be flexible. A devotee should adjust to anything. Why is Lakshmi so adamant here for all of us? Lakshmi ji is so adamant because if Lakshmi ji is not there, as a father always expects discipline. Kids can relate to this thing. Mother is always loving. Mother says it's okay. When mother starts noticing that father is scolding the kid, mother will intercept and she will say, it's okay. Leave it. Krishna says, Sarvadharman parityajya mam ekam sharanam vraja. Abandon everything, surrender to me, then I'll talk about you. Lakshmi says, no, it's okay. He's a very nice devotee. Accept him. For that reason, she was very adamant. And she never leaves the chest of Vishnu. That Lakshmi ji is there in the Paramatma's heart also. In our heart, when Paramatma resides, in Paramatma also she is there. That's why Lakshmi ji or Srimati Radharani is directing or is giving the options, opportunities to the living entities to do some seva. Otherwise, we have no hope. Because Krishna is very strict. Krishna expects something from all of us. But Srimati Radhika, Srimati Radharani says, please, he's a wonderful devotee. Accept him. Right? So that inaccessible knowledge can become accessible when we practice devotional service under a bona fide spiritual master. There's a very nice story, this Manavas and Dhanavas and Rakshasas. How many slokas are there in Ramayana?
2,500.
24,000. Right now. But originally, Ramayana had 10 million, 1 crore slokas. And over the period of time, everything got lost. The Rakshasas, Danavas, and Manavas, they all went to Shiva and said, "This is our property. Ramayana, this book is our property." Then Shiva said, "You know what? Let's divide this into 3. So, what happens when we divide 10 million by 3?
33
Huh?
10.
So, how many slokas will be left? Okay, let me ask this simple question. 1 sloka. Right? When you divide, maybe Shiva has given to 1 extra sloka to other person. So when you divide, it becomes 333, and if you add 999 something. So 1 sloka is what is left. In that 1 sloka also, there were 32 syllables. In Sanskrit, there is something called Guru Lagu. If Guru, Lagu means short rhythm, Guru means elongated rhythm. Now the Manavas said, "No, I want this also." Everyone, they were fighting. This 32 syllables also we want. Then Shiva said, "Baba, okay, take 32 by 3. Huh? You cannot split the sloka, right? The alphabet to half. So Krishna gave 10, 10, 10. Sorry, Shiva gave 10, 10, 10 to the Rakshasas, Manavas, and Dhanavas. So how many are left?
Two something.
That 2 are Rama. He said, "Take everything. All I need is this 2-syllable Rama." So Shiva is demonstrating a valuable lesson to all of us. You might have the literature with you. You might have all the slokas with you. If you really want to understand what is there in Ramayana, you have to approach Rama. And what is Rama saying? Evam parampara praptam. You have to accept this in the disciplic succession. This is the power of this great scriptures. The books might be available to us, but we cannot understand anything. Rupa Goswami, he explains there are 5 things what everyone should do. Does anyone know what are those 5 things?
Yes. So,
Yeah, but he specifically says 5 things are very important. Eating prasad. Bhagavat Seva. Madhura Vashi. Deity worship. Dham Seva. Harinam Seva. Vaishnava Seva. Very good. One big applause to Vinayak Prabhu. That is very important. Vaishnava Seva. So we have our Acharya said, Rupa Goswami said, these 5 things are very important. Now we are clear that if you have to access the inaccessible knowledge, we have to approach the parampara, and that's where the guru comes into picture. Now every guru has some speciality. Some might take specialization on Vaishnav Seva, some might take specialization on Harinam Seva, or the deity Seva, Dham Seva, right? So in that lineage, if you see our Vaisesika Prabhu, Vaisesika Maharaj, he has specialized in, of course, he has access to everything. He has inclinations to everything, but the more is Harinam Seva. Harinam is not just singing the Hare Krishna Kirtan. Harinam is also distributing the books. Every single disciple of Prabhupada has taken one. Radha Govind Maharaj is always into Bhagavat Seva, absorbed. And we can see Amarendra Prabhu, Haripashad Prabhu, the way they speak, too deep into the philosophy. So Guru's role is something which we cannot even appreciate. It's a tough love. It's a real story which happened in 1930. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur initiated someone from Orissa. There are two flavors, but one of the flavor is this, or one of the version. So he initiated one devotee from Orissa, and 1937, I think, is when Maharaj left this planet, if I'm not wrong. I may be wrong, but I think close to it.
1947.
So this person who got initiated, he completely got distracted. He gave up everything. He stopped practicing every single principle. He became completely intoxicated, not chanting, not following four regulative principles. As the time progresses, a time has come where he was lying on the funeral pyre. And the people were about to lit fire. All of the sudden, this person got up and he was screaming, Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Prabhupada. Even Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur also used to be called as Prabhupada. Everyone around that place, they were scared. They were like, maybe there is a ghost. And he said, he started to explain what he has gone through. So this person went to the Yamaraj. No, he went to, when he left his body, the Yamadutas came, they took him, and while he was going towards the Yamapuri, it takes quite a bit of time to reach the Yamapuri. He said, I'm so thirsty. And they have shown a pond which was filled with the mucus, blood. He said, go and drink. This person said, no, I cannot do this, I cannot drink. So finally he has reached to Chitragupta. Chitragupta said, looking at his book, he said, I cannot handle this case. Go to Yamaraj. And when he went to Yamaraj, Yamaraj asked him a question. Tell me one good thing what you've done in your life. This person said, the only good thing what I've done in my life was to get initiated by Prabhupada. The moment he said that, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur was standing right there. He was standing right there. And he started to chastise this disciple. You did not follow the instructions. How dare you do like this? Without even consulting Yamaraj, Prabhupada said, I'm giving you one more chance. Yamaraj said, yes. The next episode was he got up and he was screaming. Guru's love is tough love. When we get initiated, Guru accepts our sins. And it is not something which was made up by the devotees. This is there in Shastra. Yeah? Yeah. Yeah. And there is one more Yamala Tantra also, if I'm not wrong. I forgot the words, but there it is said, if the king is not good or if the subjects are not good, that affects the king. If wife is not chaste, that affects the husband. And similarly, if the counselors are not good, that affects the king. Right? And if the wife is not chaste, it affects the husband. And if disciples are not good, it affects Guru. So Guru comes life after life. When he takes a responsibility, he comes life after life. Going back to the first point, Krishna gave this legacy and he also created a system to give the legacy to generation after generation. And that's why Krishna says, Mad Bhaktaha Pujya Abhyadika. My devotees are worthy of worship. Initiation should not be taken for granted. When my Siksha Guru asked me to come and get initiated, I said, I don't know if I'm ready. But if you think I'm ready, I'll come and take the initiation. It's a huge responsibility. There's a very nice story from, it's very famous in, I forgot the name of that Quran. How a disciple should accept this token of love what Guru is giving to all of us. So there is one saint called Narayana Bhattadri. So this Narayana Bhattadri, Guru, got some kind of a, what do you call the bone problem? Osteoporosis. Very severe kind of osteoporosis. And this Guru was not able to move. Narayana Bhattadri said, because he had some Siddhic powers, he said, my dear Guru, I will take the pain what you're going through. And then with his Siddhic powers, he takes the pain of the Guru, and Guru got liberated from the pain. But the pain was so intense, this Narayan Bhattadri was not able to even move. And finally he calls some devotees and says, please go to this astrologer and find out what I should do as parihar. So this devotee, when he goes to the astrologer, when he comes back, he says, I cannot say what this astrologer has spoken. Narayan Bhattadri says, tell me what he has said. He said, you have to go to Guruvayurappan temple, which is in Kerala, and you have to touch the fish with your tongue and start glorifying Guruvayurappan. This devotee was like so much of furious. How dare he talk to you? How dare he give you such a suggestion that you have to touch the fish with your tongue? Narayana Bhattadri says, what he meant was not to touch the tongue, but he wanted me to glorify Matsya. Please take me to Guruvayurappan temple. And he was not able to get up. His body was so weak. So they put this palanquin, the palki or whatever you call. They put him, and then finally they took him to Guruvayurappan temple. He was not able to even move his head to see the deity. That was a pain a disciple has taken for the token of love what Guru has given to him. And then he said, my dear Lord, I cannot turn my neck because my neck is not supporting me. I'll start glorifying you in this way only. 100 days he glorified. Every single day 10 slokas. 100 times 10 is?
1,000.
That is what is called as Narayaniyam. And for every sloka Narayana Bhattadri was reciting, the Lord was nodding, yes, you are right. See, Bhagavatam is a third person, right? Sukadeva Goswami is speaking to Parikshit Maharaj about what Krishna did. But here it's a direct connection between Narayana Bhattadri and Guruvayurappan. When Narayana Bhattadri says something, he acknowledges, yes, what you're saying is correct. This Leela is correct. After 100 days, he was completely recovered. It's a real story. This Narayana Bhattadri, he went to this astrologer and said, why did you ask me to glorify Matsya when I was going to Guruvayurappan, to Krishna's deity? This astrologer said, Matsya was the one who protected the Vedas. And also he said one more thing, that Vak Shakti, the Vak Shakti comes from Matsya. Matsya is the one who grants this Vak Shakti. So I thought, since you're not in a position to glorify the Lord, if you start glorifying Matsya and then glorify Guruvayurappan, you'll get that strength. So there are two lessons what we can learn from here. One lesson is the devotion of Narayana Bhattadri, but the important lesson is that for the token of love what he got from his Guru, he said, I will suffer the pain what you are going through. If you all remember our, who wrote this book, The Rhinos? I forgot his name.
Trapdoors.
Huh?
Trapdoors.
Giriraj.
What's the book?
The running with the rhinos or chasing the rhinos. Shyam Sundar Prabhu.
Oh.
When Shyam Sundar Prabhu's kidneys were completely in a bad condition, the doctor said we need one donor. There was one devotee who came up, said, take my kidney. We might not be at that level to sacrifice our life or to partake the suffering of Guru. Guru does not want to partake his pain. All Guru expects from us is don't become burden on me. You take the burden what I'm carrying, but don't become the burden on me. This is what we all have to understand. Now the first generation, all proper disciples are in a verge of leaving this planet. Now it's our responsibility to see how we can take this same mood, same movement forward. So when we surrender our life to Guru, we might not become like a Narayan Bhattacharya, but we can do whatever little, whatever promises we made in front of our Guru. We can say, on this day, let's introspect and see what am I doing, what am I not doing. And focus on something where I have to put my time and resources on. Otherwise, it just becomes like one of the events. We come, we glorify Guru, we leave, but what did we learn? We get carried away with so many things of this material world, but nothing is going to come with this. Nothing. When I was in Kerala, His Holiness Bhakti Rasamrita Swami Maharaj, oh, that was a memorable time what I had, that 14 days. Every single day, we used to talk, we used to ask some questions to Maharaj. One particular story which really touched, one particular gesture or exchange, what really touched my heart was I took some treatment and I was supposed to lie on the bed. I was lying on the bed and there was no one, including Maharaj. Servant was not there. So Maharaj got ready. He came and knocked the door. Said, let's go to the temple. I was not expecting, I was not prepared. I said, Maharaj, please give me 2 minutes, I'll get ready. So I ran, I took the shower, I came. Till that time, Maharaj was standing at the door entrance. Tears were in my eyes. Every single day, he used to ask me, did you sleep for 1 hour? I said, no, Maharaj. He used to be really concerned. He has so many problems. Maharaj had a head-on collision accident in Vrindavan. And that's why he cannot speak loud. People think, why is Maharaj talking low? Because of his accidents. And the servant was telling me that if he gives one class for next 3 days, Maharaj will have to lie on the bed. So many health issues. But he's always concerned about others. Not just me, everyone. He used to ask every single one, how are you feeling? And when Padmasaki left, we used to have lengthy conversations of what Maharaj is doing. And he used to ask me, what are you doing? This is the compassion. Again, the extreme degree of Lord's compassion is manifesting in Guru. And Guru does not think about himself. He always thinks about his disciples. So when we surrender our life in whatever capacity we have, that inaccessible knowledge will become accessible to us. Then we can see the Lord's protection at every moment of our life. Lord is protecting as we are speaking today, but we're not able to realize that because we don't have those eyes. We think everything is happening because of me. There's a true story which happened. There was a very rich person who had a property in Shimla, some other place, as a vacation spot. So one day he used to travel like so many places, and one day he felt sick. Doctor said, look, you have to take rest, otherwise you'll collapse. So this person decided to go to Shimla and take some rest. When he approached, he got the shock of his life. The person who was the caretaker, he was renting out this property to everyone. And this person, the owner, was thinking, like, what is this? This is my property. And this caretaker never saw the owner. So he went to the caretaker and said, "Hey, I'll give some money to you. Can I also come and stay in this property?" "Yeah, yeah. We have one room, you can go and stay." So this person, the owner, was staying as a tenant in the same property, in his own property. So he was sitting there, he was sleeping there. One day he said, "This is my property." This caretaker was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." Now, if you translate the same thing, this body belongs to Krishna, right? And when Krishna comes and says, "Ishvara sarva bhutani hrideshe Arjuna," they said, "Who are you? I don't have any time. Can you, I'll give some rent. I'll pay some rent. Can I come and stay in your..." When does that come? The Lord always comes and stays. The Lord always resides in our heart. But when Guru comes into our life, the Lord takes personal interest. And he says, "Can I please?" And okay, you can come and stay in my property. And as we start following the instructions of Guru, then we realize that this property is not mine. This is Krishna's property. And I gave him as a tenant role. He's supposed to direct me. He's supposed to dictate. This is what is a tough love of Guru. Guru is always thinking how I can give this knowledge to my disciples. And we have our own petty things. Bhakti Rashamrit Maharaj made a beautiful statement. He said, "Look, it's okay to bend your head. It's okay to say yes. It's okay to let yourself be in a bad spot. But don't lose this wonderful opportunity what you've got. This is the rarest opportunity what you've got." We are always looking for protection. Right? That protection, Lord, I mean, if I say one story from Ramayana with this, I still have time, Prabhu, or can I?
All night, Prabhu.
So yeah, we are always looking for protection. And then we take life insurance, medical insurance, that insurance, this insurance. There is one student who comes to my classes in University of Cincinnati. Since 2015, he's asking me, if I see this video, you'll know who I'm talking about. So we should take insurance. Should take insurance. I said, "Why?" "You should take insurance. If something happens to you, then who will take care of your family?" Of course, I never bought the insurance, but I just took like $45 a month for like $500,000 for 50 years or something. Term insurance, just to keep him happy. We are always looking for protection, but the Lord is protecting all of us every second. In Ramayana, on the 7th day of the battle, Ravan sent his most powerful army. Most powerful army. And when the army started to leave the premises of the Lanka, all the monkey soldiers said, "We cannot fight." It was like a waves of people. You know, waves have no end. And by seeing this, we cannot fight. Rama said, "We just go and hide somewhere. I'll take care of them." The fight went for 3 days. And Rama used a special bow called Kodanda. Acharyas say the Kamba from South India, he gives his wonderful commentary that the tip of the bow has a small bell. Right? And whenever Rama kills 1,000 chariots, there is a number 10,000 soldiers, 1,000,000 horses, 10,000, 1,000 elephants. There's a number. Then one person, the headless body will get up and start dancing. Okay? Like that, when 10 million or 1 crore or 10 million headless bodies start dancing, then the bell will ring once. You got the number, right? That means he has to kill so many people. Kamba says that 3 hours straight the bell was ringing. Just imagine one person killing massive number of soldiers, elephants, chariots, the horses. The bell was ringing constantly. The Lord, when Guru comes into our life, the Lord takes the bow and he makes sure that nothing touches the property of Guru. When we get initiated, we no longer have our existence. We are the property of Guru. The Lord personally takes this charge. And he makes sure that nothing touches the property of Guru. Again, now protection, we think from our own terms. When we think on our terms, then we are losing the best protection from the Lord. The best protection from the Lord is Lord wants to engage us in his own pastimes. Right? So, instead of thinking about protection, like how long, we might take all kinds of protections, but what is the guarantee that we'll be alive? We may take so many insurances. You will not be there to enjoy the money. Your kids will get that money. Right? So instead, if we start thinking that I should surrender my life to Guru in whatever capacity. See, I never had any opportunity to speak with my Guru Maharaj. Never. The only time I spoke with my Guru in my immature state back in 2005, we started this university program. I said, Maharaj, we are doing this university program. Any advice from me? He just looked at me and said, just be sincere, and left. And I took that as my instruction. And I'm still not following. I'm still not sincere. I'm trying to be sincere in whatever I'm doing. So today is the day where we should start introspecting. Because Guru is doing something which we cannot even imagine. And I experienced with Padmasaki also. During her chemotherapy, I took her to the temple inauguration. And Maharaj just looked into her eyes and said, I'll pray for you, Mataji. Non-stop, like 1 minute he was just looking into her. The vision was penetrating. I pray for you. Guru is taking so much of time, and we always want some personal time with the Guru. Why? For what reason? Are we following the instruction what Guru is giving? If we get some opportunity, yes, we should take it. If not, we should just leave. Because he has so many things to do. Why should we go and become as an impediment? He has given us shelter. So why should we again go and say, I want your personal time? What are we going to ask him? How are you, Maharaj? Are you eating properly? I didn't speak anything with Bhakti Rasamrita Maharaj. I was just quiet and he was just talking to me. I was hearing. But I asked him one question which I want to share with all of you. I said, Maharaj, somehow I'm being in a task-oriented mode. After this seva, next seva, next seva. Because I do series of university programs and I'm not spending enough time. And Maharaj just looked at me and said, if you can, just slow down. I said, yes, Maharaj. I'll try this. I'll follow your instruction. So my thoughts on this wonderful auspicious day is today is the day where we should introspect more. And just to summarize what we discussed, Krishna is very compassionate And that's why he has given that legacy which cannot be touched by anything of this universe. Not just the legacy, but also he has given us a system to access that knowledge. Parampara praptam. So when we accept our spiritual master in a bona fide disciplic succession, then we get all the message, all the inaccessible knowledge will become accessible. And we also discussed about the story of the Ramayana, where Shiva only took 2 syllables, Rama, demonstrating that if you really want to access the inaccessible, then you have to go through, you have to do what Rama has said. Rama said, follow Parampara system. And also we discussed about the Rupa Goswamis, the 5 worships, and each guru has some speciality. So wherever we are inclined, if we go and take shelter of that person, all we should do is we should just see how we can take the burden of our guru, not become the burden to guru. And when we follow all the instructions of guru, because we are the property of guru, the Lord is physically there to protect us. Bilumangal Thakur. Bilumangal Thakur. I did this drama, that's why it's really so fresh when I was in Philly. Bilumangal Thakur, when he completely surrendered his life, even though he had so many distractions, he said, these eyes are my distractions. So let me pluck these eyes. I don't want these eyes. And then he became blind. Krishna personally takes Bilumangal Thakur to the lake, gives him shower, gives him a milk, food, and then drops him back to the place where he was. This Bilumangal Thakur said, who is this person? My attachment should be only for Krishna, not for this little kid. So he was cursing. I have gone to an extent of removing my own eyes. And again I'm getting attached to this little kid. So one day when Krishna comes as a cowherd boy, immediately Bilumangal Thakur catches the hands of Krishna and says, now I'll not leave you. Tell me who you are. Krishna says, Baba, I'm just a Gwala, I'm just a cowherd boy. No, you are not Gwala. You are someone else. And somehow Krishna will escape from the hands of Bilumangal Thakur. Bilumangal Thakur says, you might escape from me, but you cannot escape from my heart. I have locked you in my heart. Krishna gives the vision for Bilumangal Thakur to see him face to face. And now comes the interesting fact. When Bilumangal Thakur leaves his body, you know what Krishna does? Krishna takes the dust of Bilumangal Thakur's feet and he starts sprinkling on his head. This is Krishna. And that Krishna we give least importance. Guru comes life after life just to remind us that this is the treasure, this is the legacy, what Krishna wanted me to give you. Please accept this. He comes life after life. I'll not take the names. I was talking with one very serious devotee. He said, Prabhu, I don't want to work. I said, how will you survive? So now whatever little knowledge I have, I'll just share that knowledge, and whatever Lakshmi I get, I'll survive with it. And he's very happy with what he's doing. These are all extreme cases. We cannot imitate them. But as I said, today is the day where we should go in a deep introspection. Where am I heading? Vaisesika Maharaj is doing day and night book distribution. He motivates so many devotees around the world. What are we doing? Again, everyone has their own inclination. Since today is Maharaj Vyasa Puja, I'm just talking about Maharaj. Yes, today is the day where we should go in a deep introspection and start thinking how I can reconcile my life so that I can spend more time in my bhakti and my devotional service. Thank you all. His Grace Vaisesika Prabhu ki Jai. Any comments, any questions?